Hello. You're here for the focus group testing, right? Great. Nice to meet you. I'm Rowan, and welcome to the Ogmall. Don't worry about the name. We're still working on it. Now, are you ready for the calibration setup? You know, to set them all to your preferences. It needs a starting point to generate from. I'm getting the feeling you didn't read the onboarding paperwork very thoroughly. That's fine. I get it. A lot of the terminology the tech guys use can be a bit... well... Anyway, so you at least understand that it's a new mall, right? Perfect. But this isn't just any mall. It wouldn't do to fall into the same trap again. Malls have been failing all across the country, for years now. It's always so sad to see what used to be a bastion of commerce sitting there abandoned. So, our company has taken up the task of revitalizing this once great industry. Yes, that's what the Ogmall, temp name, is trying to do. According to market research, young people aren't interested in the samey, boring type of mall with just stores and a food court. They want something exciting and confusing. Yes, confusing. That way, they have something to think about, to discuss. Following the popularity of AI-generated media, procedurally generated video games, and certain internet phenomenon, we came up with the idea of an augmented reality mall. Well, it's not exactly the same as those apps that use the real world as a game map. It's more just procedural generation. But it does augment reality. You see why we're having such a hard time coming up with a good name? Yes, I think you get it now. The mall starts off basic with a few known stores, but as you keep walking, it'll generate stores and areas based on your interaction with it. Say you walk in and spot a Forever 21. You look at it and consider going in, but don't. That will change which stores appear next. Your behavior can also change which products appear. You might even find something rare at a good price. Unfortunately, you can't make any purchases right now. We'll just keep track of the items you wanted to buy. That data is very useful. Exactly. The mall is essentially infinite. You can shop forever and never run out of new stores to visit. Okay, it is kinda like the back rooms, but management really doesn't like it when you say that. The last thing we want is for this to come off as scary, which is why we're doing so much testing. You're the 5th group to come in today so far. Oh, you are the entire group. It's just you. Well, many people visit malls with other people, but you said in your onboarding survey that you're more of a loner type. So you're going to be testing the solo experience. Unfortunately, the mall isn't exactly ready for you to just walk around by yourself, so I'm going to be shadowing you. Yes, I have to stay within visibility, preferably within 5 meters, just in case. I admit, it's not the same as going to a mall alone, but it will be calibrated to only your preferences and choices, so it'll be like I'm not even there. From the mall's perspective, anyway. Now, shall we get started? Alright, your preferences have been calibrated. Yes, I'll admit the process is tedious. We're researching ways to streamline it. But you can enter the mall now. See? It looks like every other mall you've ever been in. You can't see the other end. Of course, there is no other end. How is this possible? The technology we use is top secret, and I don't think I could explain it if I tried. Altering reality is no easy task, and we definitely don't want our competitors getting the leg up on us. Now, just shop about as you would at a regular mall. Nothing catches your eye so far. Well, just keep walking. Exactly. The stores come to be before your very eyes. It's a simple illusion effect. Of course, if you see something you're interested in, go ahead. Treat it just like any other shopping experience. Obviously, staffing a procedurally generated store is practically impossible, so you can just use the self-checkout terminal. I figured you'd prefer that anyway. No offense, but you seem like the type who gets nervous when a clerk is too friendly. The mall has something for every type of person. True, it is a bit quiet. Between you and me, I hear they're planning AI sprites to staff the stores, but that's not quite ready yet, obviously. Oh, if you leave a store without buying anything, the system takes note of that too, and uses it to generate a new set of item preferences. It's a complex process. Oh, that's another thing investors love about the mall. It's impossible to shoplift. Yep, the mall takes note of everything you pick up. You'll be removed if you try to steal. And of course, the mall has ample rest areas, usually with these nice AI-generated statues and sometimes fountains. Those really improve the atmosphere. It seems off? In what way? Oh, that can happen with AI art. Well, that's what these tests are for. Hopefully that's the only thing that goes wrong this time. Oh, no, you're right. This store doesn't actually exist. In certain cases, the mall will generate a store that sells a mix of products instead of one particular brand. In those cases, it'll create a new name and storefront in a unique style. True, Jerome's isn't the best store name, but it's meant to be generic. Huh? It's closed. That can't be right. The operating hours are... Wait, none of the stores ever close. How did that... Oh dear. Let's walk over this way. It might generate... That's not much better. The mall looks... liquidy. Oh no. No, it's not supposed to do that. Shit. Quick, this way, through the emergency exit. And, as you can see, you can exit the mall at any time and return to the lobby. That was a system meltdown. Don't worry, it'll reset on its own. Unfortunately, that keeps happening with all the solo testers. For some reason, the mall only works right with a mix of multiple people's preferences. Otherwise, it eventually does... that. We don't know what triggers it. I think that'll be all for your testing today, but we will need you to fill out this opinion survey and write about your experience. I understand you're upset, but it's part of your contract, and even a negative opinion is useful data. You can fill out the paperwork in that room there. Oh, and in case I don't see you again before you leave, don't forget about the non-disclosure agreement you signed. Legally speaking, it would be best for you to keep this to yourself. Great, thanks. And thank you for coming in today. They'll never stop comparing us to the back rooms at this rate. So who's going to be in worse shape legally? The guy who leaks the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer, or the guy who leaks info about the procedurally generated mall?